Steph's McLeod on YouTube, and I'm totally nervous today and totally anxious. Basically, if you don't know the backstory, you'll have to go back to my vlogs because it's quite a long story. But after having to get a part of my cervix removed and having lots of smears and appointments done because I've had lots of issues to do with my uterus and my cervix and abnormal cells and heavy periods, TMI, but it's been ongoing for years and a lot of pain and extremely heavy periods where I literally, it looks like I wake up to a massacre and it's just ridiculous. I can't go out, I can't walk about, I can't go up and down stairs. I literally have to be on bed rest for like 24 hours. It just sucks. It makes me anemic. It's all linked in with my autoimmune conditions, and yeah, it's just a major pain in the vag. So basically that's quick rundown. Sorry, it's just because I'm really anxious, so I might not be making so much sense. But basically, a couple of years ago I had a smear done and it came back that I had abnormal cells, very abnormal cells, and they'd done a biopsy and it came back stage 0 carcinoma, which is cancer cells on the cervix, the surface of the cervix, but hadn't invaded. There was no microinvasion into the tissue, so it didn't class as stage 1 full cancer, which is, oh my god, so obviously relieving but scary, because my smear before that was 3 years before that and it was completely normal. So in 3 years I went from completely normal cells and I skipped the mild changes, medium changes, severe changes, straight to like basically right on the edge of having cancer, invasive cancer. And that was scary because they tell you online that it takes 10 to 15 years for that to happen, and in my case that wasn't true. It took 3 years. If I didn't go for my smear when I did, it would be cancer. I'd be sitting with cancer right now. There's no doubt about that. They said within 5 years I would have had cancer. Incidentally, the only reason I went for my smear is because I was having problems with the coil. I had the coil device in for contraception and I was having a lot of pain with that, and it was when they asked for it to be removed earlier than what I should have done, and it was when they removed that they gave me a smear at the same time, and they happened to discover that I had those cell changes and things. Anyways, I had part of my cervix removed, that was fine, and then last year in April I had my second smear after I had the treatment, and it came back that I did have cell changes again. This time I'm not sure why, but they decided to wait and see. Basically I think some mild changes can go away on their own, but I don't know if they just, I don't know what they were thinking. So I was supposed to have an appointment in November and they cancelled that, and then they moved it to the beginning of February, and then they cancelled that, and then they moved it to the 21st of February. But the appointment on the 21st of February is to go straight to the hospital. It's to an oncologist, gynaecologist. It's a doctor that specialises in things like treatments for like cancer of the reproductive systems and things like hysterectomies and cervical problems and all that kind of jazz. So I've been referred to him, which is great because I'm going to one of the best doctors in South Lanarkshire, so that's good. But the reason I'm all anxious today basically is because I got a letter from the NHS and it's telling me that I have to go for another smear before I go for my gynaecology appointment on the 21st. So I've had to make that appointment, and that's for the 12th of February, so I think just about 2 weeks. So it's really just triggered my anxiety majorly, because it's just all that waiting again. That's the biggest part. It's like, because I know I've got abnormal cells and it's just sitting there, and it's like at any moment cancer can, like those cell changes can become cancerous and they can become invasive, and that's really scary to me. And I'm freaking out, I'm not going to lie. But even if it was cancer, the thing is that even if it turned into cancer, my options now, because as I said, the issues that I've had, my option now is that they're looking at the possibility of a hysterectomy, which would be the treatment if I had cancer. So if I had cancer, they would give me a hysterectomy instantly. But because of all the issues that I've got, then hysterectomy is possibly like a strong option anyway, just to get rid of all this. And to be honest, there's there's one side of me that's like, it's sad. I'm 33 years old, and yes, I'm single just now, but I didn't want to rule out the possibility of having more children. I wouldn't have minded. I would have liked to have had more kids, but realistically, I've got Stuart and Abby. They're older now, and I'm just, as I said, I'm single. I'm 33, so it's like by the time I meet somebody and settle down, and if I did, like, it would be years anyway. And because of the issues I do have, there's stronger, like, I'm higher risk for miscarriages and things like that. So it's like, do I want to be in that position where I have, like, I want to be pregnant, and then I get pregnant, and then it doesn't work out, and then it's like, do you know what, I've got my kids, these issues are literally the bane of my life, and I've had to deal with them since I was 14 years old, and it's sickening. It's literally every month I feel that I'm getting hit with the flu for 4 or 5 days every month. It takes it out of me, it makes me tired, it makes me ill, and I'm just so done with it. I'm so annoyed, like, that it's even went on this long. But that's what I mean. It's just, oh, God help me, I don't even know what I'm saying. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm freaking out, I'm sorry. It's twofold. It's like, part of it is I'm scared to be told I have cancer, but I know it would be okay if it was that. If it was, touch wood, it's not, but it would be okay because they would just give me a hysterectomy and hopefully that would take care of it, and then that would be it anyway. So it's not the end of the world. It's not the end. I'm sorry, it's major anxiety. It's fine, and I know it's fine. But the reality is, like, I know myself, and it's really scary. And I understand why people do put off their smears, because the weight and the anxiety, for me anyway, is extremely heavy. Is like, and I suffer from anxiety anyway, but I can manage it, and it's so much better under control now than what it ever was. But this whole thing, it's scary. It does scare me, even though I know it'll be okay. But even the thought of, like, having a hysterectomy, and it's a lot to deal with. Even though I know it'll be okay, it's still scary. I'll be okay, I know it'll be okay. And I'm going to see the best people anyway. And this could all be for nothing. I could go and they could be like, shut up, there's nothing wrong with you, go home. Anyways, I don't know, I thought if I talked it out, it would make me feel better. I kind of do feel a little bit better, I don't know. But I can't understand why people don't go for their smears, because it is scary and it does take up a lot of your time and it does worry you. But I know that there's people that's younger than me that have to go through cancer or hysterectomies and they don't even have kids. So I'm extremely fortunate and I'm extremely blessed, and I know that I have a lot to be grateful for and thankful for and appreciative of. I know that, and I'm sitting here getting all anxious and I've not even been told anything, and you know, I might not be told anything, I probably won't, but I think because I know that apart from the whole cervix cancer thing, I know that I'm looking at hysterectomy as an option for all my other issues. It's just a lot to take on, and getting that letter just kind of, I thought I had a few weeks yet before I had to kind of really think about it again. So getting that letter just kind of, I don't know, just kind of hit me again with it all. And I just remember last time in the waiting and the treatment, it was so painful. People say, oh, go for your smear. It's the smear, not an issue, it doesn't bother me. I've had more smears than sexual partners, I swear to God. I think my doctor knows me better than I know myself. But the smear part isn't scary or bothersome. It's the biopsy was painful for me. The biopsy put me into shock. I thought I was going to pass out. It made me shake uncontrollably. I was crying my eyes out. My mum had to come in with me. It was so painful to me. And the cervix removal bit as well, that hurt. They gave me all sorts of anaesthetic, but I'm one of these people, I need like ketamine to knock me out, because I literally can take the biggest amount of local anaesthetic and I would still feel pain. But yeah, it's not, the biopsy part's not a nice experience, but I just keep telling myself that no matter how bad it is, going through this and the waiting, it's not as bad as having to go through, you know, actual serious cancer and cancer treatment and chemotherapy and all this kind of stuff. So biggest thing that I'm keeping in my heart right now is I've just got to think of Elijah, because that's the only thing that literally calms my spirit. And it's like, this wee boy dealt with 6 years worth of cancer and treatments and God knows what else, and I could do this. Of course I could do this, I'll be fine. Of course I will. I'll be fine. So just hold on to that and that'll get me through it. I've been talking for 13 minutes, I don't know if any of this makes sense. It probably is just a bunch of gibberish, but that's anxiety, that's what happens to me. I just get crazy for a minute and then I feel a bit better. But anyways, I hope this video maybe helps somebody, whether it's cervix issues or cancer or anxiety or smears, I don't know. I read in the paper this week that a lot of women are scared to go for their smears. Just do it. 3 minutes being uncomfortable is better than the alternative, for sure. Guaranteed. Okay, I'm going now. Pray for me for good news, thanks.